Wade Keller would say, with legal bills stacking up and mixed signals coming out of the WWF, Flair has come to tentative terms to return to WCW the day after Fall Brawl, September 14th. It would make the 49-year-old Flair's first appearance on television in 6 months. WCW and Bischoff reached out to Flair. Bischoff had been trying to mend fences with people whom he treated poorly in the past. And with Raw establishing a winning streak against Nitro after WrestleMania, Flair was seen initially as a potential key to returning Nitro to the #1 spot. In a strange twist in the latest development in the Flair situation, Flair has told reporters this past week that neither he nor WCW have dropped their lawsuits against each other, despite their agreement to work together again starting this Monday. WCW continued to pay Flair during his time off to avoid breaching his contract, so the idea that Flair couldn't afford the legal expenses of fighting the lawsuit seems strange. Flair's return is being presented behind the scenes as if it's going to be a quote-unquote trial run, where Flair and Bischoff see if they can work together. Do you remember hearing that this was, hey, we're going to try it, but this thing's so tumultuous that it may not be long for this world?
Did I just hear that Rick was paid during the 5 months?
Yes.
He was off. Wasn't it earlier stated that he didn't get paid for 5 months?
Flair wrote in his book he didn't get paid for 5 months. The newsletters say he got paid the whole time.
See, that's another one of those huge discrepancies. Who do you believe? Who do you believe? I do know this. They knew Rick was coming back prior to letting any of us know, because we had an angle to where Dean Malenko was going to become a Horseman. And we had a pretty well laid out month or 6 week tease to all of that. We had Benoit and we had Mongo already in place, and we had a nice little story that was going to culminate in Greenville that night that we put the Horsemen together, and we made Dean Malenko a Horseman. So the powers that be and the people in creative had to know about this 4 or 5 weeks before it went down, or we wouldn't have been doing that TV. I don't think they would have put Dean in place unless they knew they were going to have Rick.
Rick is also on record as saying, every day Arn would call me up. Come on, Rick, we need you here. Ultimately, that had an impact. When I finally came back to work, I simply agreed to extend my old contract for 4 more years. I just couldn't hold out for $1.5 million when Arn was trying to keep the Horsemen together. Your response?
I wasn't trying to keep them together. I was being told that we need the Horsemen. I wouldn't have went to bat for another version of it, to be honest with you. Or I really wouldn't, because I think it had, even though Dean Malenko made a great Horseman, so did Chris Benoit, and I love Mongo, and Mongo was that character that you needed to just kind of cap things off. But it wasn't me pushing for it, and it wasn't me, it wasn't my idea. Let me put it to you this way. I just thought it'd run its course, and I did call him a couple of times and tell him, hey man, if we're going to go with this, let's go with it, and let's, get on back here and let's get started. I did call him once or twice on that. I wasn't calling him every day, hounding him.